Hi. I was just thinking about some of the amazing things I'm discovering from having a child. It's an amazing experience, and it's putting me into a place where I'm actually forced to let go of a lot of the things that I'm not, to make room for what I am. In other words, when you have a kid, you can't be on Facebook all day. And there's so many of us that are on Facebook all day, and we always go, God, I wish I could get off it, or what if I just, or on Instagram or whatever it is. If you have a kid, you just can't. Now, a lot of people talk about how hard it is being a parent, but I really believe, in my experience so far, and I get that I'm 12 days, and everyone's like, wait, all the terrible twos. It's like everyone wants to tell me how horrible it is. And one thing that I notice is that it's hard if you want to be who you used to be. It's hard for the ego to have a child because the ego likes to see an escape. The ego wants to know there's something else. The ego is just here to want something. That's what the ego is about. I want something more. I want something more. Well, when you have a child, you have to go to, I'm there. And in the core of what we are, you're there. Now, this also works with other things. Like, you really want to create something amazing. You want to step into writing a book or creating a new company that's amazing. You have to step into it, and it will force you to let go of what you used to be, to make room for being the normal you that can do this amazing thing. And when people say it's hard to who you used to be. And when you have something in you that's so exciting, that's so big, it will put you into a position where you have to become someone who can handle something that incredible. And that's what we're here to do. That's one of the reasons why Highest Excitement is so amazing. It was a true highest excitement to have a child and learn who I really am from her. Because she is the most incredible. My friend Willis said this. She's just, your kid is your mirror. And if you're someone who is full of addictions, full of these things, a kid is looking you in the eye going, you got to be present. You got to take care of me. You got to do the stuff. And many people go, I can't do it. This isn't me. And they run. But they run because they think who they were is who they are. But that's who they were. And those things, those addictive things that we were to get us to here, were needed to get us here. Those things served a purpose. Those, yeah, I'm much more of a partier, or I can't do this. I can't face this thing. I gotta go to my old story addictions to deal with this. No. You gotta let go of who you were to step into what you are. Because this is magical. And yeah, there's times where she's crying and crying and crying. And that would be really hard if for sure I was someone who wanted something addictive other than this. I'd be like, how do I get her to stop so that I can, watch movies endlessly or, go get drunk or something like that? No. But when you're here, you're loving her. You're learning, wow, she's crying. She needs love. You got to be selfless. There's nothing more selfish than being selfless. Do you know how good it feels to do something and not see what you'll get when you do it? Because you'll get something that you didn't see. If you're doing something just so you get money, you don't get anything beyond that. It's something your mind predicted and then you got it. If you do something so that you'll get approval, it's what your mind was looking for and then you got it. Whoopee. You already saw that you wanted that in the first place. But when you do something because it calls to you and you don't see what you'll get on the other side of it, then you're moving based on faith. and you're moving based on feeling, and then a reward inside of you shows up and blindsides you and teaches you something you didn't know about yourself. This is what's showing up for me in having a child. And this is a gift that's available to people when they do anything that's the most important thing. But there's no higher calling for me than having a child. But when you do what you're here to do and you put yourself in that position, for instance, when I was in 200-seat theaters and then we moved to a 1,400-seat theater. When I moved to a 1,400-seat theater, I didn't have time to be a person that fills 200 seats anymore. I didn't have time to be just bored on the couch. I didn't have time to be chill in a laid-back, lazy way. I had to step into someone who it's normal to fill 1,400 seats. And that's what that calling is. And you don't know why it's there. And sometimes it feels like hell, but it's still your highest excitement. But it's hell to what you were, not what you are. And for me, my daughter, in just a couple weeks, is pointing out to me all these things that I didn't know that I was. And I get to step into that man that needs less approval and wants to give love unconditionally to my fiance and my daughter. That was under the guy that wanted, an audience to laugh at me or wanted to get money or wanted food. That mask, that character that I was, is falling away, and under it is someone who's getting rewards inside of me because she's perfect. She's an angel. And I'm not here to change her and get her to adjust to my old addictive self. I'm here to adjust me to match the purity and the love and the open-hearted expression she is. She's crying, she's laughing, way more than adults are, but we all were that baby once. And that means we still are. You still should be able to cry easily. You still should be able to laugh easily. You shouldn't go, no, that's too wild for me. No, we are this freedom. She's here to remind me that I am that free emotionally. That even if she's crying, it's with an open heart. What a freaking gift that I couldn't get on my own. Thank God. Thank God for this life, and thank God for you, and thank God for what you get to do, whatever that highest calling is. Or most centered calling. Might not be a highest calling. It might be a grounded calling. But if you ask your body what it wants to do, sometimes it's not the addictive thing. That's not light, that's heavy if it's addictive. Having a child is not a heavy thing. It's a gift. And it's an honor to meet myself and meet what I really am through the core essence of this perfect angel.